Glowing star Coco Gauff's epic battle for her first WTA 1000 trophy at Wuhan Open 2025. Full schedule and live stream guide. Trophy tennis. The humid air of Wuhan buzzed with anticipation. The city's iconic Optics Valley International Tennis Center was ready. Every banner, every floodlight, every blade of grass seemed to hum with a single name, Coco Gauff. It was October 2025. And for Coco, the moment felt like the closing of a long, winding circle. 2 years earlier, she'd won her first Grand Slam in New York. Since then, she had conquered hearts, headlines, and hard courts across continents. But one elusive achievement remained, a WTA 1000 title. Wuhan, the heart of China, had become the crucible where legends were forged. It was here that Serena once ruled, where Osaka rose, and where young stars dared to dream. Now it was Coco's turn. As she laced up her custom blue and gold Nikes in the players' lounge, she whispered to herself, "This is it. My time." Her coach, Brad Gilbert, gave a nod, the silent kind that says, "You've got this." The schedule was grueling, the opponents unforgiving, but Coco thrived in chaos. She was, after all, the storm before the calm, the road to Wuhan, a season of highs and lows. Coco's 2025 season had been a roller coaster of triumph and tension. After a semifinal run in Melbourne and a gritty quarterfinal showing in Paris, she faced heartbreak at Wimbledon, falling in a 3-set thriller to IGA Swiatek. But Coco didn't crumble, she recalibrated. She trained harder, rebuilt her serve, and returned with vengeance at the North American swing. Her fiery performances at Cincinnati and San Diego reignited her spark, earning her the nickname The Flame. And yet, she knew Wuhan would be different. The city's fast courts demanded precision. The atmosphere, electric, loud, alive, pushed players to their emotional limits. Every match here was a war of nerves and willpower. Coco's journey to the top of the draw meant facing potential battles against the likes of Mira Andreeva, Aryna Sabalenka, and Elena Rybakina. Each name was a mountain. But Coco had learned one thing about mountains. She never feared them. She climbed them. Day one, arrival and awakening. On the morning of the Wuhan Open's opening ceremony, Coco landed at Chennai International Airport to a hero's welcome. Fans waved flags and chanted, "Let's go, Coco," as she stepped off the jet bridge, smiling through her oversized sunglasses. "China always feels like a second home," she told reporters. "The energy here is unmatched." That night, during the traditional players' gala, Coco wore a stunning red Chong Sam with golden embroidery, a nod to the host nation. Cameras flashed, social media exploded, and within hours, hashtag Coco in Wuhan was trending across Weibo and X. But behind the glamour, Coco was laser-focused. After the gala, she slipped back into her hotel gym for a late-night stretch and meditation session. "Every time I visualize a trophy," she whispered to her reflection, "I see my younger self holding it too." Round 1, a spark ignites. Her first match came against China's Zhang Shuai, a veteran crowd favorite. The stands were divided, half roaring for their hometown hero, half chanting Coco's name in rhythmic unison. Coco started strong, firing aces and forehand winners with her signature aggression. But Zhang, ever the fighter, pushed back with fearless shot-making. After a grueling first set that ended 7-5, Coco steadied herself. Her father, Coco Gauff, gestured from the player's box, the same calm hand signal he'd given her since she was 10. She took a deep breath, smiled, and stormed through the second set 6-2. Match point came with a blazing forehand down the line. Vintage Gauff. The crowd erupted. She raised her fist and a racket and mouthed, "One down." Round 2. The clash of generations. Next up was Mira Andreeva, the teenage prodigy from Russia. At just 18, Mira had already carved a reputation as a fearless competitor and a friend-turned-rival of Coco. The match had the intensity of a final. Mira's precision met Coco's fire. Every rally was poetry in motion, fast, fierce, and unpredictable. Between points, the two exchanged smirks, a sign of mutual respect born from countless battles. In the decisive tiebreak, Coco delivered 2 clutch serves followed by a slice drop shot that sent Mira sprawling. The crowd gasped, then roared. Final score, 6-4, 3-6, 7, 6-4. As they met at the net, Mira smiled and said, "You're not human, Coco." Coco laughed. "Neither are you." Quarterfinals, the wall named Sabalenka. Under the bright lights of Wuhan's main court, Coco faced Aryna Sabalenka, the reigning powerhouse and world number 2. The Belarusian was all muscle and menace, her serves echoing like thunderclaps. Coco countered with agility and intelligence, forcing Sabalenka into long rallies, twisting the rhythm until frustration crept in. In one pivotal moment at 5-5 in the third, Coco produced a miraculous defensive lob that kissed the baseline. The crowd went wild. Even Sabalenka clapped her racket. 2 points later, Coco sealed the win, collapsing to her knees in disbelief. She had just taken down one of the most dominant forces in tennis. "She's a future number 1, Sabalenka said afterward. And the future might be now. Semi-final showdown, Gauff versus Swiatek. It was a rivalry everyone wanted. Coco versus IGA. Fire versus ice. The battle between the relentless Polish tactician and the explosive American heartthrob. The match began under an orange Wuhan sunset, but by the time the third set began, the court was bathed in silver moonlight. IGA took the first set 6-3 with surgical precision. Coco, unfazed, adjusted her strategy, shortening rallies, attacking net, and mixing in heavy topspin forehands. The second set belonged to her, 6-2. In the decider, at 4-4, 30 all, Coco hit a backhand down the line, so sharp it sliced the air like lightning. IGA smiled mid-rally, a warrior's acknowledgement. Minutes later, Coco sealed the victory, 3-6, 6-2, 6-4. The stadium erupted. She stood with arms raised high, eyes closed, soaking in the roar that shook the walls of Wuhan. The afterglow, Wuhan's new queen. The following morning, local newspapers declared, "Wuhan has a new queen, Coco Gauff." Billboards lit up the skyline with her victorious smile. Fans crowded her hotel, chanting her name as she waved from the balcony. She later took a quiet walk through Wuhan's Eastlake Park, away from the cameras, headphones in, listening to her victory playlist, a mix of SZA, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar. As she watched the sunrise reflect on the still water, she whispered, "Thank you, God. Thank you for everything." It wasn't just a win. It was a spiritual homecoming, a reminder that dreams don't expire, they evolve. Epilogue, the beginning of a new reign. When Coco Gauff returned home, her trophy sat gleaming on her mantle beside her U.S. Open crown. But she knew this was just the start. "Wuhan," she said in an interview later, "taught me that patience isn't waiting. It's working while you wait." With her first WTA 1000 title secured, she became the youngest American to achieve the feat since Serena in 2002. And as the season closed, one truth was clear. Coco Gauff wasn't chasing greatness anymore. She was greatness. The Wuhan Open 2025 will forever be remembered as the week when talent met purpose, when fire met focus, when Coco's journey came full circle, and a new chapter of tennis history began. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.